Oh, this is trapped. I'm locked in. I got all the way to the end and I didn't even realize it was there. Wow. Wow. Wow.
It would be wrong to do that here.
Man, I need that burning ground immunity immediately. That shit rips through your fucking health. Even with what? 77%, 76 resistance. Doesn't count because it's damage over time on ground. I was gonna try try this thing with Vault Earthquake. So far, I like Tectonic. Tectonic feels good. Only thing that I need to really master is the stacking effect for endurance. Because by all means, I should have Exonerable. But I also need to get charge generation on block. Alright. This is a pretty solid amount of defense. Especially at level 48. What we need now is the way to properly sustain what it is I need to do. First things that I need, mana. I solve that by getting the 4% node all the way over here. Which means I need the path bottom side. Because we're going to have... Excuse you, I'm talking. Because we're going to have fortification automatically, so we don't need to worry about creating melee hits fortify -3 to maximum fortification, because we're going to get fortification when we get all the way up here at this node. Because this node is going to get transformed by the tattoo.
I cannot do this yet.
If that's not a great demonstration of its power, I don't know what is. Oh, Chamber of Innocence, you are the #1 leveling place for any build that needs to scale. Now, has it scaled enough that I can drop the during hollow? I hope so. Okay, that's fixed. Okay, that's fixed. Okay. Okay. Sanctuary secures us more block chance for spell block and attack block. We're now at a spell block opportunity of 62. Which if I take that down, it would be 31. Pretty good. This accounts for 21% of my spell damage block. It's not active in town because the buffs aren't active in town. Okay. All it's here in my face. Let me get this.
I do not. Kitava is with you.
Unlike some, I simply toodles and eggs and thank you. For freedom.
For freedom. Freedom, 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 oi. Freedom, 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 oi. Freedom, freedom. That's what I expected. Freedom, oi. Do I just give it up for now? I'm not gonna die anytime soon. Not right now. Right. Reservation secure for Champion of the Cause, plus the extra reservation piece. Because we're not going to pick up Betterman. Not just yet, I don't think. Because I'm pretty sure I am... Yeah. I am socket pressured now. Which is unfortunate.
some Tulum. Vengeance will be ours. Kura.
I don't think we'll pick up devotion actually. 10% maximum life, but 25% increase on consecrated ground you create isn't really good. In terms of points spent, it'll be smarter for me to path for discipline and training if I wanted that. I'm also not fully interested in faith and steel, but I do need to come through this way to get access to this node so I can step over for divine judgment. Step over here for divine judgment. There's nothing inside of elemental mastery that I really want. I guess the critical hits against elemental amulets wouldn't be bad, but I don't want that. Yeah, it'd be socket. Path for divine judgment, but not yet. Here. Intelligence. Round. Here. Puts me at safeguard. Yeah, I think I like that no more. I like Sanctuary more. 6% compared to 3, 6, 9, and then another 6 before here. But it's all spell damage block, which isn't great. Instead, come up through this. Purity of the Flesh wraparound. Connect here. Sovereignty. And maces are right here. Accuracy rating is important for Gallivanting Hammer. I think Pain Forger wouldn't be that bad since I'm using a permanent mace. Only because I'm using crit. That I'd have to wait for after. Arcane Guarding is bad for this. Still path through. We'd use this side to get to Might, which would then still give us access to Curse and Chaos if we feel we need to go to Asylum. And then, if we want to be a lazy bitch, Corrupted Blood cannot be inflicted upon you. just to be super safe. Avoiding bleeding would be nice. Just notice how I didn't put any life on the rest of these. That feels bad. It feels really bad. I think it's okay if I go to Votos. I think I might actually need to have the dexterity base. Because I might have to recraft this. Because I'm noticing the significant lack of intelligence. Fuck. just in case I need it. I'll wait until I can equip this, and then I might change the firing chaos to intelligence.
It would be wrong to do that here.
All molten.
I cannot do this yet.
The way that I should do it is I should remain and keep it as always attack without moving, and when I need to use the molten shell, I will hold down shift, which allows me to control it. Now, I'm still socket pressured. I can't... I honestly cannot tell if Corrupting Cry is having an effect at this point. I'm gonna drop it. What was the thing that I was thinking of? I wanted to get onto a socket. Do I remember what it was? Thinking I love you, I guess in a night, but I'm not just
Hail, hail, hail.
what did I want? I don't remember what I wanted. When I hit this flask, what does my defense look like? Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Because I'm basically slamming them with 35 here, and then whatever it's getting across that, it's fulfilling across the border. It's not necessarily permanent uptime. It's a very long time to have it, because this is 15 charges each. So it's 2 uses before it needs to be refilled. And that's a long time to have it up for 17 seconds. Looking at that thing and then lower. Looking at that thing and then lower. Looking at that thing and then lower. Let's see if I can get lucky with the same duration effect. Hey, yo. 12 seconds of additional block. Me like. I actually need to start out of this. Even though this is giving me additional 20 strength, this is all physical damage. That's right, banner. I'm retarded. Banners. Wow, Carol, you're stupid. Fuck. Why couldn't I remember that?
God Slayer.
It really sucks that this is the only one that gives accuracy rating. But this is the one that gives armor and evasion. I'd really like it if this one gave armor and evasion as well as accuracy rating. But hey, beggars can't be choosers.
I cannot do this yet.
Though actually, I can have it equipped, but I need to actually see how much my reservation hits me for right now. Too much is the answer. So I need more reservation before I can activate Grace. 43, 21, yeah. Right. Now I can continue to Lava Lash. Although, now that I think about it, probably actually just better to do that. Right. I mean, by all means, I should have Defiance Banner. I should be using Defiance Banner. It's increased armor and evasion. I just don't need to drop it, is the thing. Because bannerman requires that I have to actively make use of my banner. And that's not how we use banners around here. That's not how we use banners around here. How did I get a power charge? How did I get a power charge? Also, DPS check. Haha. Isn't it lovely to kill things without having to hit them? The only true form of actual thorns that exists. I still don't know how I got a power charge. No, no, no. Carl, you're retarded. Carl. Assassin's Mark. You're retarded. Had a melee moment. Had a melee moment. So no, I don't necessarily need Corrupting Cry. Hello, Jade. Hi, Horror. I'm just waiting on my girl.
It would be wrong to do that here.
Carl, you're stupid. Use the button correctly. Now I'm just waiting for her. I believe the cutoff point I have to stop leveling Molten Shell at is 10. If I want to take it higher and get a higher value, I'll have to adjust the slide for cast from damage taken.
do this yet.
Two, 34, 6. Okay.
The world must be cleansed of impurity. Innocence. You and only you.
I am.
What in damnation?
You've destroyed.
Hey, Carl, do you want to talk? Sure.
And unlike some of the other characters that are meant to be played in solos and duos, he
Yeah.
doesn't have an alternate ulti that makes him better in solos.
So what did you want to talk to me about?
Oh no, I just wanted to hang out with you while you're streaming, man.
Okay. Hello.
Let's go with you.
I wait on beautiful wife so that I can go make money.
Fair enough.
What is up, Carl?
I'm currently working on the Marauder build that I had set aside for my first ever actually exhibition video of exactly how powerful a Path of Exile build can be without needing to do any meta planning. One of the biggest issues of any video game that has a solved science, because of so much effort that's been put in by either players or a singular player to learn a game, is people will look at it. We had this conversation yesterday. People will look at it and say, ah, there's too much to this game. I could never learn all of it. And it's probably the biggest misnomer, especially to any Diablo-like that has ever existed. Specifically Diablo-like. Because when people think of Diablo, they think of the best years. Diablo 2. When a person could get scammed for $500 for fucking Trade House and a Ring of Jordan. They think they think about when your parents didn't know what Diablo was, so they thought it was about demon raising, and it's like, no, Mom, I play the Black Paladin, and he smites people. Look at him. He's bashing demons in the face with his holy shield, with a cross. It's straight up Bible, man. But they also remember how autistic the game was. Rune words, sockets, the egregious farming inside of Neilfox's lair to get to the Halls of Pain level 1, having to do everything possible to create as many mid-tiers and high tiers as possible, the autistic effort of trying to run a file where all of your work is towards just being able to farm the Hellforge, speed running people through the game, whether you use a bot or not, basically being paid in their free mid-tier and high-tier runes without needing to do a hard drop. The autism that was Hellfire Torch farming, Anolis Torch farming. They didn't get a lot of that in Diablo 3. Granted, it was actually the best the game had ever been. You could do whatever you wanted in a build. You didn't have to worry about rune words. They were already attached to the skills. You didn't have to worry about the difficulty of farming legendaries. You can go inside of a rift or a greater rift and get that for free. It became a challenge, you see, to run challenge rifts and to try and push your legendary gems to the highest tiers possible. It was what was originally a broken piece of design became a feature. So when they heard about a Diablo 2-like in the form of Path of Exile back in its days when it really, really was autistic, it was the Awakener season. Everything was still kind of shitty. We still had the old load-in screen where you had to load in your exile from the ship. Everything felt buggy. Some people couldn't run it. It was great, but it also made people think, wow, this is retarded. Because they go to the passive screen. I'm not sure if you're looking at it. I'll just project in your server for you. You go to the passive screen. They start loading up the game. They go here, and they go to where their thing starts, and then they scroll out. Oh my god! There's too much! How could I ever... Are you looking at it, Dax?
Yeah,
I cannot look.
he's playing the Raka. He's doing his wushu.
Okay. I'm just gonna...
But yeah.
Let's
I
take a screen
mean,
cap of it.
to be fair, this is, I'm assuming inspired by FF10. So
I mean, spear grids existed before the FF10. It's just that all you fucking Americans saw nothing but... Carl, you're an American too. All you fucking Americans have experienced nothing but... have experienced nothing but this. I'll just take a picture of the fucking grid of the Marauder side. And they see that, and it's like, nope, I'm out. I can't handle it. Then they learn about Path of Building, and then it's like, well, this is the only way people can play. Path of Spreadsheets! Path of Spreadsheets!
I hate that notion because it's like EVE Online. Because like everybody's like, oh, EVE Online's just spreadsheets. No, it's not. It's really not. As much as like the menus and all that look very typewritery, if you actually understand how to go through that, you actually know the information instantly because it highlights it for you. It's one of the things when I had a clan in passive exile, not passive exile, pardon me, not passive, EVE Online, when I was playing that, I wasn't the combatant. I wasn't a combatant at all. I was an explorer. And each and every time that I would go explore, I would basically go out and ensure that I would deliver income to them, because I was like, I think I would get like 3 million ISK a run. 3 million ISK a run, because of the places I explored and the puzzles I did. Because I didn't care to fight in there, because it was more of just like, do you have the bigger guns, and are you able to like kite effectively enough? And at that point in time, I was not, because I wasn't going to tackle somebody. Although what I did find that was very funny about it is that when somebody bubbled a station,
I'm sorry. Tulla's quotes are so fucking retarded. He dies so fast.
it's only begun, and then bam, he's dead. Passive Exile does look kind of neat now that I look at it more. I think it's just because of the early game that I kind of get disinterested. Truthfully.
Well,
So I got slogged through it.
Well, the campaign, if you play casually slow, is 7 hours. If you play it semi-fast, even with a league starter, with absolutely no currency in the early part of the league, it is 4 hours. So when you get good enough at the game that you know how to, quote, optimize, and it's not even optimization, it's what's a skill that clears quickly for my type? Are you a spell build? Have fun. You can do whatever you want. Are you a melee build? If you're not running Bone Shatter, or in this case, as I'm discovering with Marauder, you're not running a type of AoE slam that can function off of only getting a little bit of damage, with a little bit of physical damage, to then turn into fire damage, or turn into gold damage, you're going to struggle. But they answered our prayers. It does not feel shit to play melee with only Bone Shatter.
Fair enough.
But
yeah, when it came to Eve, because the most profitable areas of Eve were nullsec. Nullsec being sectors where basically the police will not arrive for you at all. You're basically in the Wild West at that point, where you could actually like make money and like do kind of profitable things, albeit you were still far away from like civilization. With nullsec came the issue of being bubbled, and what bubbling is, I don't know if do you know what bubbling is? Okay, so what bubbling is that quite literally somebody would place a space bubble. It's like this tech that you can have in the game, and what it does is that it's a complete dampener on your engines. And with your engines, it basically either causes you to completely stall, meaning that you cannot move in space, and then they can just literally take pot shots at you if you're fast enough, or it's an area that you cannot traverse through, meaning that you have to go around, meaning that you take longer to traverse through your path. The story that I'm going to bring up now is there was a point in time where I was traveling solo to nullsec because we all had to make the journey, and I was in my minor ship because that was my fastest ship, and I didn't really care about it at all. While I was traveling there, I had no weapons, I had nothing to fight, I had absolutely nothing. I just basically was get away. Somebody bubbled because as I was on like the last part to nullsec, nobody could get to me, and I was in an entire group call with them. The last warp point was bubbled. I luckily got out of it in time enough because the guy was just camping there, and he was looking for easy pickings to see like what he could get. Which he got me down to like 50% health, I think. and that was scary enough. But luckily enough, he wasn't able to deal. He wasn't. I surprisingly got out, and then with a mining laser, disabled his engine and got away.
My money is gone.
And the guys who were watching me are going like, "How the hell did you survive? There is no way you should have lived that." Just because of my ship being that weak. So either that was the luck of an idiot, or I was just extremely patient. I can't tell anymore.
God's perfect idiot.
I mean, hey,
Probability should actually be here. This triggers
the luck of the fool is a powerful thing.
6, 46, 48, 8, 42. Look, get another 2 levels out of the ability. That's wild. The police
What?
are NPCs, not players.
They are. Yes, they are. Well, they are NPCs, but they are fast-acting hyper NPCs, meaning that you. So if you did it in so it goes as a rating for Eve. So if you're in a sector that is like
It would be wrong
1
to do
or
that.
above, those are heavily policed areas. So if you commit a crime in there, let's say you're assaulting a player
We do this.
in that area, as another player, the police will arrive instantly. They are arriving instantly, and they will attack you. So that's positive sector. There's mid sector, which they have a timer of how far you're going to, how long it's going to take, and they will follow you for a certain amount of time. But you do not have. But it's still kind of quick. And then there's null sector, which is basically good luck. You're on your own. There is some player policing, but nobody does it anymore because of how the guilds and everything work in there. Because I don't know if you ever heard of how EVE Online wars function, but they are expensive. They are extremely expensive. Because I told Dax about this, there was a point in time where 2 factions waged war just because they kind of could, and they were kind of like wanting more land, because it's now becoming a land grab game. Because areas of null sector are being taken, you want to take that stuff. So they declared war on each other, and I think they had the largest ships in the entire game, and I think they lost 2 of them. And in total, if you estimated how much from the in-game currency of ISK to US dollar, I think they lost about, like, I don't remember what the exact amount was. I think it was either like 20 million or $500 million in that.
Whistle.
So I think it was like around 20 million, because if somebody actually did do the currency the currency of ISK to US dollar, and it was rather crazy.
Wow. I'm
But
not actually interested. I'm just paying attention while also
no, I see what you're doing. But when it came to that, it was kind of like, well, if you already have a guild, your guild is going to most likely like help you. So null sector doesn't really need a policing system. It's just there. But yeah, that's null sector. Null sector is still fun though, because null sector does give out some pretty hefty rewards. Another reason why null sector is kind of like the big game area is because there's a lot more rare resources to give out. So remember how I said I was an explorer? The exploring aspect is that you can find technology that nobody has actually ever found, or technology that can advance you an entire tree. Entire trees worth of like evolution.
Cannot do this yet.
and you can grab the tech for it, grab the prototype, and like it will be pretty damn good for you, depending on where you are in like the ship tree scaling. And it's pretty fun. It was pretty fun for its time. I don't play it anymore just because the guild just fell off, and I don't talk to the guy who got me into that game anymore because he just kind of he kind of messed up. I'm not even gonna deny that.
Messed up what?
Dax knows him. Dax, you remember Matt, right?
Matt?
Yeah, Cynical.
Yes.
Yeah, and you remember his whole deal with Parvis?
I don't know what their relationship was specifically.
Basically, there's a lot of lore for our server. I'll just say that, Carl.
Is that what it's called, the gay way?
Yeah, believe it or not, that was a funny inside joke from one of the former admins of this. He doesn't stay here anymore, just specifically because he isn't here anymore because of one particular person, but because he couldn't handle a difference of opinion, but just because that difference of opinion he really did not support. But I didn't really care.
Was it
So he kind of
homosexuality?
No. No. But the inside joke about the gay way is that it's from a song saying it's okay to be gay. We can do it the gay way.
I'm familiar with the song, yes.
Yes, that song. So that is the whole, and it used to be a Skype group when Skype was, a thing. But yeah, we came to Discord and all that. But more to the point, basically Matt, who we know as Cynical, I knew him from another server, and Rexy, who is an admin of the server still but doesn't talk here as much, also knew him. The thing about him is that him and he's very skilled at like software engineer, and he's an engineer, I believe. But the thing with him is that he had a very bad stroke of luck with either talking to girls or just kind of generally being obsessive. Parvis, who is still a member of the server, albeit she did leave for quite some time because of also the same person that had the other admin leave, she knew Matt, and Matt was trying to get with her, but after saying several times no, he kind of just felt like a little bit. He had the mopey feel to him, and of course, we were just kind of like, eh. We did not want to kind of.
Did he go full palsy, or was he just like, hey yo, what's wrong with me?
A little palsy.
I'm sure you've never seen the clip. Let me go get you the Sam Hyde clip.
See, man, I don't know about this. I just stay on my lane and do me.
See, that's the thing about me. The issue with me is because I hold all this information, and I'm reminded of all this information because for some ungodly reason, I have this. I have music. Not music. Oh.
So I take it you are familiar with the palsy clip.
No, it's not like that. I know what you mean. God dang it. God dang it. I immediately knew this in like 5 seconds of looking at it. Oh god. Okay, but no, it wasn't like that. He generally kind of made a thing about it, and he eventually did kind of just go like, okay, I'm done, and eventually just stopped. But then because he didn't interact with the server that much anymore, he eventually left. I talk to him every once in a while, but like at the same time, it's whatever. But he did have a very, very suspect cousin, who we all know, and he's banned from the server for a damn good reason.
Did he go full Pousey?
I have this.
No, he was just a nonce. No.
Okay.
Yeah. There. I don't know if I should go into detail about that.
I don't know. I feel like
You are streaming.
even though it would be a fair and legal thing to do while describing the bad behavior of a person that I don't approve of, so that people can understand context, you know how Twitch is when motherfuckers talk about real shit.
Yeah.
'Cause they're bitches. Anyways.
Yeah, no. He sent some very weird pictures to our Not Safe Work channel. They were, of course, none of them, nobody here liked it, and we all deleted them, and we're just like, yeah, no, you're out of here.
Like you just straight up posted the CP in the server?
No, it was dolls he posted, but they looked similar to that. And then he admitted on a video that he knew that he was dating somebody underage.
Yikes.
He had like this whole, like he had it in his room. He had the camera facing towards him, and he was looking down, like, you know, twiddling his thumbs, and just going like, "I'm sorry. I knew that she was like." I think he was like what, 23 at the time. I think he's like 28 now. I don't know. But this is like years ago, and I kept track of this, of course, because for some reason I'm the receipt keeper. And he said like, I knew that she was 17, but I denied it in my mind. So like and I told everybody that she was above age. And it's like and apparently people knew that she didn't look like it.
This is why I stay online.
Yeah. And of course, I was just sitting there going like, interesting. I won't divulge his name, obviously, but that's the severity of that situation.
I think there's a certain level of heinousness that comes with that. I'm sorry guys, I told you wasn't trying to train by a minor. I never got to experience romantic teenage love.
Jesus Christ.
Hang it from across.
No.
Hang it from across.
But basically he was specifically into lollies. And we were all just kind of like, okay, you weird for that. And then he tried to convince me at one point in time that it's like, no, it's okay, dude, it's okay. I'm just like, no, I'm not really into that.
So wild. Why can't you just find love? Oh, please.
What else was there? There was... Now, Dax... Now, unfortunately, I'm going to bring this one up because, Dax, you know this one. Trap is a slur, and that's all I have to say.
Oh! I can't believe you said that. I actually cannot believe you said that.
Carl, yeah. Do you want me to explain this?
I know what trap is
It's
slur
funny.
as a joke means, but what is the context behind why it's being said?
Because it was said unironically as not a joke.
It was said not unironically, not as a joke, and then compared to the N-word by one of her
He said calling somebody a trap is the same as calling somebody the N-word with a hard R.
Is this person transgender?
Yes.
Are they passing?
I don't know.
From the picture that they sent me years ago, they're doing all right.
Is it female to male or male to female?
Male to female.
Female.
I am a good boy and I will not say what just passed through my head because I'm not trying to get myself pinned in the head. I'm not going to do it. But I want to be funny.
Trust me, we've probably already said it. Oh, good God. Oh my God. It was the one time where we were, and this, by the way, this was during the time where Sage was in this server. And you obviously met Sage last night.
Oh, did she not partake of the gay way?
She did for a time, except for one person in here she very much does not like. Well, actually, there are two people. One of them is the person we were just talking about a couple seconds ago, and the other is his name's Ninja. You've seen him a little bit, I believe.
Yes.
The reason why she doesn't like Ninja is because he has, she would like to put it, very, very unfathomably high standards.
Did I meet those standards? Did I meet those standards?
No. Ninja has unfathomably high standards for women.
Really? What are they?
Yes. I don't really recall anymore because at the same time, this is the same man who basically catalogs his porn stash. Which, nothing wrong with that in and of itself, but it's just that he does it constantly.
Like, he has it categorized by year, date, production company, voice actor, voice actress, funny memes,
Not
funny
to
moments.
that degree. Not to that degree, but like he goes on to like he has technology from that he like spliced into Jailbrew, and it gets the stuff that he likes personally, which is very vanilla.
Yes, the classic. This made me bust my nuts in 10 seconds. Yes, a connoisseur. I don't do this, but I understand his attitude.
Yeah, but basically he had
The flame of hope may flicker, but
he had a again part of us had a situation where she tried talking to him, going like, "Hey man, you kind of need to lower your standards," and he goes like, "Nah. Everybody's around me is just kind of ugly," and it's just like, and he used to live in the boonies, which I don't know. I don't know what to say to that exactly, but the thing that I was trying to make from it, did your latency just drop? Because I saw the stream just kind of
a little bit. It's fine now.
Okay, I was about to say, but when it came to just like that, it was kind of like, what was it? It was kind of like just him basically doubling down, and we just kind of gave up. Because at the end of the day, he was just like, I kind of want like, you know, somebody who's like, I don't even freaking remember. That's how bad it was because I just erased it from my mind. What was there? But he did have the dream of going to Japan to look for somebody, which I believe that's still in his mind. So he's looking to be an LBH. Which, if you know what that means, you know what that means.
Some people shouldn't get overseas pussy for a reason. There's a reason why some guys have to go to another country to find a wife. It's not always because the woman ain't shit. Sometimes it's the men, the women, and the children. I had to kill them all.
Thank you, Anakin. But no, like there's some wild stuff that I remember. There was the Josh situation.
Of Drake?
No, not that. There's a person not in this server, but in the history of the gay way, where he
used to be in the server.
Was he in this server? I don't know. Okay, either way, he was a
He
piece of
left.
shit. He was a piece of shit. Doesn't matter.
He's not a piece of shit.
He called
just
me the
highly-
N-word.
I mean, look, okay.
Now, when you say he
Then you
called
told
you
me
the word,
he just straight up through text because I said, hey, yo, you need to like calm down because he was out of pocket for a situation that was really, really out of his like league.
Okay, I didn't remember that part actually. With that.
Okay, so is it alright if I talk?
Yeah, I don't lie. I don't talk.
Okay, okay. So basically, Dax's brother, which by the way, they are not blood related. I'm going to say that right now. They're just brothers because they have an insane haterade channel, and they power it through each other.
We were really close over the course of school, and we both got bullied by the same people.
Yes.
I see.
So they're brothers by hatred, not by blood.
We might as well be brothers, honestly.
I mean, yeah, you both have haterade effects, so I'm gonna call it haterade effects because it is haterade effects. Anyways, but basically, there's a guy that did you go to school with him?
Yes, he is actually. He was a grade higher than me.
Yeah, but basically, there's a guy named Josh. Dax played with him. He was fairly okay. Although he did have a stint where, like, if you made a joke and he did not like it, he basically demanded that you apologize to him.
Yeah, that was the straw that brought the camel's back for me.
Yeah. So there's that. Jesus, throat. And he basically kept making like stuff like, "Oh, I'm so tactical" and all that, and he was actually rather annoying. But basically, the straw that broke the camel's back was that there was a time where Dax's brother had his dad in the hospital, and unfortunately, his dad did not make it. And what happened with that was that Dax was there for his brother, which sick thing to do. But, and you know, all that. During this time, Josh quite literally said, "Hey, I need you to apologize to me for not being here for me," and all that. And Dax, of course, said, "Screw off."
Oh,
I don't know if
during that time.
it happened during that time.
Oh, no wonder I was fucking pissed off.
Yeah, because basically he wouldn't like take down, like, he wouldn't take no for an answer, basically being like, "Hey," and you did tell him what was happening. It's like, "Hey, I'm at the hospital with somebody else. Something's going down." And with that happening, Josh basically said, "You know, screw y'all," and I basically said, like, I basically texted him going like, "Hey, you know, you should be really reconsider, like, do you know what like actually happened?" And then he basically said, you have no right to talk to me, and then he said the N-word in text, and I was just like, okay, you know what? And he said it through league chat, by the way.
I didn't know about that part.
He said it in league chat.
in the middle of a game?
Not in the middle of a game, but in like the client chat.
Yeah, because he left the server because he got mad at the jokes or whatever.
Okay.
He got mad at the
They
joke.
weren't even like bad. They weren't even like super like outlandish jokes or anything like that.
And that's kind of what like, and that's what kind of made me kind of go like, oh, okay, so yeah, you're never coming back. You're never coming back. Goodbye. Because like, I get the fact that like you can be mad at somebody, but like you gotta understand that there's a rhyme and a reason as to why things certainly happen. If there is no rhyme or reason, then yeah, sure, you have all rights to be mad. But he just got mad for no reason. And we tried to explain to it, but he didn't want to listen.
What joke made him that upset?
I don't even remember the joke, but I know what happened when we were playing the game. We were playing Dirty Bomb.
Yeah. When I had my jank PC and I couldn't play with you guys, so I just sat there.
We just made like a tiny joke about him making a misplay in the game or whatever.
Yeah.
And he got like super upset at it.
Yeah.
And then he like left the server for a while.
Yeah.
See, I don't remember like exact dates of when stuff happens, but all I remember was him messaging me saying that we could be friends again if I apologize. I'm like, it's not even that serious. I'm not gonna apologize for it.
Yeah.
And he was like demanding an apology. I'm like, all right, fuck you.
Yeah. What I'm trying to figure. There's some crazy stuff. There's a Nerdette situation, which, holy God, I am so glad that she's out of this server.
Who?
So there was a girl named Nerdette, and she was the Draven E-Girl player in League.
Uh-huh.
The one that, you know, she thinks that she's all that, but at the same time also gets really, really butthurt if you make plays without her.
Is she
Or
fat?
like, yeah.
How fat? You got pictures?
I don't have pictures anymore, but
So you've seen them?
I've seen them. She showed like her face like full on, and it was just kind of like, but
Yeah.
like she was from Utah. That's what I remember at least.
Like, is she attractive like Sage and
No.
Sakura, or
No.
so like when she gets around the entire block?
Maybe. Most likely.
Does she have a fetish for black men?
I think she despised me and Dax more than anything.
Why?
Probably me more so because. Well,
I'm
she
usually
did.
chill with most people.
What?
I'm usually chill with most people. That's because I stay in my lane.
I mean, you're chill with most people because you don't give a damn. But also at the same time, she also was very upset at me just because one, I was well. For one, I'm probably still the youngest person aside from Chris in the entire server, and it's weird that I'm the youngest one because I take my duties of this server very seriously. But but she was upset with me because I was the person that would pop off a lot in League as like Mundo. If anybody, like I basically go top lane and I would play, and she got mad at me at this one particular like Mundo game because I was like I was doing like the right calls, and she was like, "God dang, you're supposed to protect me." And Dax, you called her out straight up and said like, "He did the right play. Shut up." Because she was yelling at me, and I was just like, I didn't know what to say.
Main character enjoyer who can't actually be the main character because they don't realize they're fucking side character relief that's supposed to fade into the background after getting nutted in by the side character. I'm
Yeah.
familiar with those women.
Yes, basically, and she was a terrible Draven player. Like she would miss her axes like a lot of the time. Like I don't play Draven, and sometimes like I miss my axes, but like I'm somewhat consistent enough. But she would miss her axes, and she'd always be
Yeah, because she's missing her fucking axes, so she constantly drops them and then has to press Q again.
Yeah. And she would always like randomly throw out her E. Like she wouldn't like auto attack then E then auto attack again for like a quick trade, which would make sense. She would just E randomly and then go for an auto attack, but she would always fail the next auto attack, and then she would have to reset all her stuff again. So yeah, and I was just chilling. We were all just chilling, but she got banned from the server because because we have I think two former owners or two former admins of the server. That was Lucas and Kevin. Lucas left because he barely was in the server anyways, and he just didn't really care for the politics of this server, which understandably. And then Kevin left because of Shada Shy.
He left because of the player himself, or an argument about the player?
So Shada Shy is very conservative,
Right.
and Kevin is very liberal.
Okay.
And when it came to the and when it came to the stuff of we have a political channel in here, Shada Shy constantly chats in there, and I think if I go scroll back far enough, hold on, let's scroll back far enough. There was two people in the server. There was Isaac and Kevin. Both of them were friends, although Isaac was very weird. I will say that right now. And basically, basically, Kevin did not like Shada Shy because there was a lot of crazy. There was a lot of stuff happening during the time. I think it was during the political election of 2020 that all of them got kind of like were at each other's throats, and I apparently was forced to take a side, and I chose not to, by Isaac. Basically, he DM'd me saying, "Do you want to lose a friend over a political argument?" I'm like, I'm not even in this, man. What are you talking about? And he basically was going like, hold on, let me pull this up, because I gotta find this, because it was that stupid.
I cannot do this yet.
This is how you know that this gets like crazy stupid in our server. Ugh.
Damn, Akos is fucking badass, actually. What the fuck?
There's a lot of...
That is a fucking sick-ass story.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on. There you go. Ah, yes. Okay, so he texted me saying, "I know it's douchey for me to even start, but is political similarity important to you than social character?" He said that off rip. Off rip. It wasn't even prompted, wasn't even, he just DM'd me that.
The most sane kind of response.
And I replied back to him, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Generally, no. Politics at the end of the day are that politics. I don't let that dictate all of my life, my views on social things. Where did this come from?" He said, "Sorry, I'm thinking how to word it. Perhaps unrelated, but do you see the gay way as a community?" And I say somewhat, because it is technically a community. So I assumed that he was going to try and strong me into basically trying to coax me into banning Shada Shy, because
We're thinking of the same world famous Shada Shy player, right? Or are they just named the same?
I think they're just named the same.
they're just named the same. It's the guy named Fear in our server. That's him. That's
Okay.
who we're referring to.
Alright, because I was
Yeah,
about to be
the-
like, "You know Shada Shy? And you're talking to my bitch ass?"
What is it? His league name used to be Shada Shy, but he got banned a while ago.
Yeah, he got perma-banned because he's unironically toxic.
Like when
He's
you
that
say
80
tough,
shaker that 50. He's that 80 shaker that 50-50'd by one of my ranked games.
True.
Because he wanted to go 80 Shaco support.
I remember. True, but when you say he's toxic, you mean he's toxic but he's good, but he knows for a fact the players he's dealing with aren't the best, and he doesn't learn to communicate? Or this motherfucker does not care about anyone, he will say to you how much he wants you to gargle acid.
He's like platinum good, but he has a massive ego.
So he's shit.
I mean, yeah.
Basically, I don't know if he still acts like this now, but what used to happen with him a lot of the times is if you didn't get him kills when he would be playing Katarina mid, he would just straight up leave the game.
So he's
Or
shit.
Nick.
So he's
Either
shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a Katarina main.
Ah. Katarina player! Ah!
Or at least he was. He doesn't play Katarina that much anymore.
He plays Yumi. He played Yumi. He probably still plays Yumi. I don't freaking know. He plays that champion. But even then, I'm just sitting here and like, really? Really?
Sorry.
That's really sad.
But yeah, no. But yeah, basically, which, by the way, he's a massive troll. He's a massive troll too, and that's why like most of us kind of like don't give him the time of day, or when we do give him the time of day, it's very minor. But basically, Kevin and Isaac would not stop feeding him, and would just constantly constantly get baited by him. To the point where they actually thought he was like dead ass serious about certain stuff, and I'm just like, are you kidding me?
I'm just saying, if you really just don't want to talk about it, you can just mute them.
Yeah, which they did, but because he was posting stuff, they couldn't ignore it. So they just kept constantly just going like, man, I really don't like him. And so, and they were basically going like, I basically told them, stop, don't even think about banning him because he's done nothing wrong in our rules in accordance to this. And we were all under the same bridge. It's like, yeah, he's fine. But in of itself, he was. This happened during the whole time, and I really did not care for Isaac in the first place. Especially Liam didn't care for him because I think both Kevin and Isaac, D&D-esque wise, are really annoying. Cause Dax, you remember Kevin's campaign?
Yeah.
You hated that campaign. You hated that for the life of you.
I do, actually. It wasn't like super bad, but it was annoying because, what is it, my brother was playing with us, and for some reason they just didn't like him. And so, for the most part, they just ignored him through like the entirety of the D&D sessions.
Or no, I meant like Kevin's Pathfinder campaign.
Wasn't it during the Pathfinder campaign, or was it during a different one?
It was that was during the campaign. That was during my campaign where everything went bad to worse because everybody in that campaign didn't like the fact that like basically it was literally just Kevin and Isaac versus you and your brother.
Oh yeah, I know in one of the campaigns, I think it was in Kevin's, me and my brother made characters who were like aligned with each other, like knew each other through like a backstory thing. And there was an enemy that tried to kill us. And so after we incapacitated the enemy, me and my brother wanted to torture him for information. Basically trying to figure out who was coming after us. And because we did that, Isaac's character, I think, wanted to kick us out from the group, and they did. They basically just gave us like an ultimatum about like leaving the group with like something else.
So you just started running two separate campaigns from two separate perspectives?
No, we just didn't play.
Yeah. However, that did actually happen. No, well, hold on. That did actually happen with me and your character and my character when we had the paladin, the brother paladin, the necromancer sister. Remember?
Yeah.
I remember that. But that in of itself was so annoying because Kevin has this issue where basically he wants to make characters in his world strong, but he wants to make the player characters extraordinarily, like, the player characters cannot be better than the NPC characters.
He had poor balancing decisions.
For Yes, like extremely poor balancing decisions, because basically he was so obsessed with 2B from Nier Automata, because all the NPC enemies that we had to fight were just Nier Automata ripoffs.
2B did have a fat ass though. I can't blame him.
We really can't, but like at the same time, it was annoying. So, for example, have you played Pathfinder, Carl?
Yes, I play Pathfinder every Tuesday when we have a game set up.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah.
What happened is, I want you to imagine a high health enemy within, every enemy typically has some weakness one way or another. They might not have like really high reflexes or really high will or something like that. Every single enemy that Dax and I faced had high reflex, will, and fortitude saves, to the point where basically anything that Dax did in that campaign was effectively denied.
Yeah, I literally couldn't do anything. And I got one shot, so I was like, all right, I'm just fucking done.
Yeah, and so it got annoying to the point where I made a character that was blatantly broken, and I knew it was blatantly broken. And Kevin was like, why'd you make this? And I'm like, because half the damn time that you were making the campaign, you never seriously balanced it, so why the hell should I bother balancing myself? And I basically used Eidolon Summoner. You know, Eidolon Summoner, the class that specifically Pathfinder.
I play a ghost. I know how broken Eidolon and Eidolonsters are.
Yes. It's so ridiculously broken. So that happened, and I was just like, I don't care enough for this campaign anymore, and eventually the campaign died.
And we have a bad DM, inevitably going to die.
Yeah. I don't know. There was also the whole...
What the fuck?
Yeah, Dax, there was the whole Arius deal.
JDM?
Yeah, JDM.
To be fair, he's not that bad.
He's not bad anymore, but he was egregiously annoying back in the day.
Also, he's been gone for a couple weeks.
Yes, so I guess the campaign's dead.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah. Which that sucks, because I was actually enjoying playing my sniper.
I was having fun too, man.
I mean, we were both having fun. We were also both popping off really hard. But it is what it is. There's a guy in our server named JDM who is extremely... He's very edgy.
Like, actually edgy, or, I think being a script kid is cool.
Not like that.
He's like, I practice HEMA and I have 2 girlfriends.
Does he actually have 2 girlfriends?
He's apparently, but
and they
apparently
know about each other?
Apparently, yes.
It ain't my job to know.
He also he's also apparently pagan, but I don't really care for that. I don't.
Online pagans.
Yeah,
I'll see it when I believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. I know what I said. Shut up!
I know Sage is unironically actually pagan.
I knew a chick in high school that was a Wiccan.
Yeah. But the thing about him is that he was also basically his D&D campaigns were also Pathfinder campaigns, and they were egregiously edgy or so difficult to the point where it wasn't even fun anymore. And then he invoked the GM's girlfriend issue.
Of course.
Because he had a crush back in the day, and she eventually did become his girlfriend, but half the damn time she would not make it to campaigns anymore, or half to the sessions anymore, or the session would just be nonstop about her. Because basically they did outside GM stuff, and basically the main bad guy of the campaign, Lamashtu, apparently was so afraid of this one witch and intimidated because she got good nat 20 rolls, and it's kind of like, okay, well now it's just like all of these other characters are sidelined, and of course me being the person that does not like being sidelined for the purpose of, you know, this one character is just cool just because I like them. It's not, like, I don't mind being sidelined if it's for a specific reason, but it has to be a good reason. Like, if it's a person's moment, I'm going to shut up because it's their moment. But basically, I created a character that was supposed to effectively be a time traveler. Already off to a bad start. That was supposed to focus the campaign back onto the party more so than that individual player. And he saw this, didn't take lightly to it, and got upset to the point where basically he was forcing my character to not exist anymore and try and force it back to her stuff. To which I then said, you know what, I'm done, and I left the campaign. And also made the blatant argument that, oh, this has something to do with the butterfly effect, that's why this has to happen. And it's like, that is not how the butterfly effect works. The butterfly effect works under this. And then he gave some quantum physics theory to me as to make his argument law, and it didn't work because it talked about something completely different from the butterfly effect.
Oh man, bad enough that Jazz said you can't do something, then you have an inability of pulling fucking bullshit Jazz when you're the DM. Oh man, he's too much of a pussy to say, I don't want to do it because I said so. Oh no! How cringe.
Yeah. And then he left the server. He tried coming back with his... oh yeah, by the way, this is the whole time where he also got pepper sprayed, I remember.
Yeah, pepper sprayed.
Yeah, I remember that chick that was in our campaign. Well, not the chick that was in our campaign, but the other GM girl that like was trying to like. I'm not going to deny this, but she was trying to groom me
into being.
Oh yeah. So basically, she wanted to like be very sexual towards me.
So she wanted to get me into a sex doll?
Yes.
And you said no?
I was young at the time.
Carl, listen, I was young. I didn't know that I could have it that easy.
I think I was like 15. I was 15 at the time. God dang it.
Like, no, I want my first time to be special. Give me that dick, black man.
And oh my god.
It's so adult. It's so Fred Marcus. Marcus.
No. But no, basically, apparently, I basically told, yeah, no, I'm good. And she was, what happened then is that she unfriended, then JDM talked to her. Apparently the conversation did not go well enough to the point where he got pepper sprayed in the eyes, came into the call while we were in Skype, and said, I got pepper sprayed, guys, it hurts. And I'm like,
he admits he got pepper sprayed because he tried to holler at her.
yes, and he did touch her or like grab her to like make her stop from like leaving, and that's how he got pepper sprayed. That's apparently what happened.
That's fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
Yes. So, I, of course, and then he also had his friends, his IRL friends, who also were, one of them was blatantly cheating, the other just didn't like me for some reason, just because I said, hey, do you mind if I take a look at this? And also was a joke character.
Okay.
They made a vigilante in in Pathfinder who was just the Starbucks logo,
Okay.
and there was something dropped by one of the bosses or like one of the enemies that we faced, and I was saying like, hey, do you mind if I inspect this? Mind if I take a look at this and all that? She then texted angrily at me, because you could tell it was angrily, no, you cannot have it, shut up. And I'm like, okay then. You remember that, right, Dux?
I do remember that.
Yeah, she was just angry for me for no reason. I don't know what I do to make people so angry. I genuinely do not know. I just talk, and apparently people go like, I don't like him.
Hey man, like I said, I just keep it myself.
But yeah, effectively, then he tried to revive the campaign. He then failed miserably at it because basically we made new characters, and we're like, okay, same mission as before, we just gotta stop this one person. Well, we gotta prevent like the end of the world from this one goddess and all that. But like, when we got into the nitty-gritty of it all, he didn't continue it, so it was kind of like, and we actually made, at this point in time, optimized characters, because Dax had like some cow monk girl.
Oh, I was making some fucking troll shit.
I mean, yeah, but like she was like good enough to basically be like, I'm gonna punch you, and I'm gonna punch you really, really hard.
Based.
School was very hard. Very, very hard.
94% me likey.
But what else was there? There was I basically made like young Chinese Guan Yu.
You have to specify that Guan Yu is Chinese to reflect that to being a Chinese legend.
Chinese Guan Yu.
My homie Big One.
I mean, but yeah, basically I made Guan Yu a young version of Guan Yu, and admittedly, I would have loved to play that character because I love Guan Yu.
Lugo is better. I'm just saying.
Shut up.
That's just facts.
I cannot do this yet.
But yeah, no, I would have loved to play Guan Yu in that campaign because Guan Yu and his. Because I don't know why I love pole arms. Pole arms are my whole shtick in real life.
IRL, if you love poles, guys, you heard it here first.
I said pole arms, you jackass. You know.
You're allowed to have hobbies.
Huh? I mean, oh, god damn it. But anyways, yeah, no, what the frick was it?
Man, I sure do love pole arms.
Poland.
Polish women.
I think,
Yeah, dude, totally.
do they even exist?
They do. They love foreigners.
Do they actually?
I've been told by Aiden that they do. Regardless. So you like Poles. You made a cowgirl. Continue.
Dax's brother was in the campaign. I think he was also a samurai again. He likes to play
Again?
samurai.
Implying that he changed off the class?
No, he just really likes to play samurais a
I
lot
think he's
in
made a
campaign.
different samurai.
Yeah. He also named him Aizen. Aizen.
No, that was the first one.
Oh, the first. Did Aizen? No, Aizen did come back, but then he got killed off again.
By me.
What? Oh yeah, that's right.
I threw a fireball at him, or in his general direction.
Yeah, because you were not yourself at that point in time.
I went berserk in character.
So Dax
So I
had a
threw a fireball at his general direction because he was also next to the enemy. And it fucking killed him.
Because I think I had 3 characters that entire campaign. I had the Guan Yu character that was for the new campaign. I had my first ever character, my first ever D&D or Pathfinder character, Cantus Televan, who was a fighter elf, which was kind of interesting. But then we had, and then I had, what was the other one? He was an Asimar Inquisitor that would basically, like, that had a bow, and he could fly around. He was actually kind of cool, but he was bald, and he had wings. What is
The King
it?
Neptune.
Shut up. God dang it. But yeah, no, he just had a very bad streak.
The guy with 2 girlfriends.
Yeah.
Really bad streak in
And-
life. You never got any good luck.
Yeah. But apparently, hold on 1 second, my wife just texted me. But no, but when it came to that, he was just kind of an ass. He's still kind of an ass. And in my no, I remember this now. In my campaign, as a thing that he did just be edgy, or not for the sake of being edgy, but he did this to Ninja's character. Ninja's character was a very innocent paladin, and the other character that JDM had, because he loves to play rogues. He loves to play rogues. That should already be a red flag. But loves to play rogues. The rogue basically threatened his Ninja's character that if he didn't do as he promised by her, that she would basically break a window, cut herself all over, and run down the streets naked, threatening him that he basically raped her.
In game.
In game.
Okay.
And I kind of looked at it going like, okay, so I think I know where this is going to go. And I kind of just stopped doing that campaign as a whole.
Yeah. And I don't know if there's any other way that I can be able to get it right in that, but 21, 84, 18, 24, 18, 4, 24, right? Wait, no, hold on. What the? No? Okay, never mind. I'm dumb. I forgot what I was doing. That's crazy. What the fuck would she do that? Why the fuck would he do that? Why would he do that?
Because because basically he kind of has, he has a control freak kind of complex.
That is something he should get worked out in therapy. Possibly he should do some porn about that.
But yeah, no. He has issues.
He's got to get those issues worked out. He should not be attempting to riz the women ever. Okay. How does 90% feel? 90% feels okay. Ish. I clearly need more damage.
Fuck. Okay, I can't sit at the back of this stage. If he does the claw move, you can't dodge the claw and the pull in at the same time if you sit in the back. I just didn't dodge in time, fuck.
Any more secrets that I should know of your server?
Good question.
I am not the secret keeper.
Yeah, you can kind of tell who's the secret keeper of the server. What happened? A lot of Kevin's stuff is kind of just meh. I think the biggest controversy we had was the whole multi-server event.
Well, multi-server.
Multi-server event.
Yeah, you don't remember the multi-server event?
No.
This is what happens when Electric Boogaloo and all that stuff. This is around the time during the era where Matt was here. So, the multi-server event was basically, because Discord was new in its own infancy. Basically, a lot of people started creating servers because it's a big expanding explosion. During this time, we were wrapped up in this server was surprisingly wrapped up in a multi-server political deal. Not a political deal like as in we would lose the server, all that, but more so around the fact that basically we were in a cold war.
Can
yeah, effectively there were some people in another D&D server because we were really big into D&D back then. Tried to join up with them. They were extremely like misanthropes. Like they were like hard. Like one of them outright would just casually drop the N-bomb without like, pardon me, without being like kind to it. And everybody tried to excuse him, going like, "Pardon him. He uses 4chan." It's like, my brother in Christ, I use 4chan too. That's not really an excuse. He's just saying it, trying to get an edge off somebody. And basically, I didn't like him just off the fact that he would just casually called me the N-word.
I didn't dodge
to your face?
To my face.
Like an open conversation, like, "Hey, what's going on, beep?"
Yeah, and he was
like
white.
hard R?
Hard R.
Damn.
But basically, I didn't like him. Most of the, then he basically had somebody who was his ex-partner, but I could tell that he still kind of liked her in a certain way, even though and basically there was a poly couple. That poly couple was really weird. Rexy knew them too. Then there was the whole deal with Matt and his own server where basically Rexy was trying to like usurp the throne, and I was just sitting there going like, and Matt kind of just let them take over, which you should never let Rexy take over anything because they will ruin it.
Game of Thrones shit is this?
Dax, believe it or not, I am the one who records everything. and of course I'm sitting here being the ever silent watcher because that is what I do and that is my station apparently now. And I'm just watching this, I'm going like, wow, this is interesting. But, the multi-server crap happened because of Matt and Rexy, mainly. I'm pinning it on those two. And then the whole... No. It was also that third person. That's, the person that I'm not going to try and name. The lolly person. Also, he had another server too, and he was also trying to usurp the throne of another server called, I believe, it was called Electric Boogaloo.
What is with all the throne usurping?
Basically, Matt had a server that was really, really popular. And because this server was very popular, it could give influence. And because of that, it basically caused people to go out of their way to try and basically convince Matt that they should take it.
Imagine Reddit, but even gayer.
Yes. So we had this whole nonsense, and the reason why I bring this up is because of the fact that, like, the gateway was in on this because of the fact that Matt was here, and the fact that he who shall not be named was also here, along with a couple others. Vitra was also in on this too, but he was also...
Rest in peace, my homie.
Yeah, rest in peace, Vitra, of course.
Did they die?
Yeah, he's actually dead.
Yeah. So
he had an allergic reaction and died.
Yeah.
Damn.
He was a nice person too.
He was a nice person. Troll as hell, though. But he was only trolled to, like... Troll to us because he joked. He was one of the people that actually played FF14 with me, and me and him were actually doing a raid, and he did not finish that raid with me, unfortunately.
Was it during the raid that he had the anaphylactic shock?
Not mid raid, but it was basically like how FF14 raids work is like they're in segments of like 4, so you get like a maximum of like, so it goes like 4, 8, 12. So we were doing at the time, this is for Shadowbringers, the third expansion of the game itself, and in that time we were just about to get to P11, or not P11. It's called Eden. It's called the Eden raid. It's called, him and I finished E10. We were about to do E11, E12, but he then passed away just as that happened.
Oh no.
So I made it my goal to finish that raid in his name.
Did you?
I did. It was
good?
And I played it. It felt great. I played it as Black Mage, and I didn't die a single time. And I was top damage the entire time. That made me the happiest. He was also a summoner player, which I could understand why he was a summoner player. He enjoyed pets. But yeah, no. Basically, it involved me, Vitra, Matt, he who shall not be named.
You're not naming him because you're terrified that I'll find him.
No, I'm just terrified. No, I'm not terrified that if you find him, I know what you'll probably do. But
No, you don't. I might broadcast it.
fair enough. But I'll just say his name. Screw it. His name was Tanner.
Oh, he had a name like Tanner.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, trust me, his stories are very interesting. Because basically the whole wheeling and dealing of the multi-server deal was he had a friend group that he called I think it was like, I don't know what he called it, but it was something cringy. It was something really cringy. I think it was like God, I'm trying to remember it now. God dang it. It was like the Hype Squad. It was the Hype Squad. He literally called it the Hype Squad. I don't know why. He had his own server called the Hype Squad. Again, but involved me, I think it involved Parvis as well. Matt, Tanner, Gabe, who is a complete nobody in this story, but he was basically the right-hand man to Tanner. Rexy, the guy who called me the N-word, who is named Butters, he's literally named in real life Butters.
You mean like the guy from South Park?
Yes, like the guy from South Park.
It's kind of funny.
A chick that I'm going to refer to her as Deadbread because she was one of the poly couples that was kind of into Butters, but also not really because she had her partner already, but they were all together, and Rexy was with them too. So we basically have our factions established, right? With these said factions established now, they basically got into this whole deal of wanting Matt's server so goddamn badly that they were basically, like, pressuring him. And I was there to just kind of be like, hey, you know what, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that.
They're really on that Game of Thrones shit, that's crazy.
Yes, again, it was weird because it was used for that. It felt like a Game of Thrones series was happening, but at the same time, it was all for just one server. Ultimately, in the end, Rexy won. But when Rexy won, Rexy got to enjoy an empire of dirt.
Ash, not dirt.
Oh, trust me, it was dirt by the time Tanner was done with it.
What did Tanner do? You masturbate on it?
So, what did Tanner... Basically, the Electric Boogaloo server during this time was basically the playground of all these people who were also trying to become YouTubers. And were so bad at it that it was freaking hilarious. What then proceeded to happen was that Tanner basically got into some trouble. I can give you like 2 guesses as to what that trouble was. Got called out for his stuff. And of course, you know, was then just, you know, casted out from it. Then decided to drop several videos and confessions about his own issues. To which then the server was in big trouble because of that. Matt saw his cousin then confess doing this confession deal. Kind of just was like 110% done. Gave full reign control to Rexy, who Rexy during this time was, I believe, now was on their BS. This is where the whole trap deal got connected. And Dax was in that server, but I think the server got nuked from orbit.
I was in the server?
You were for like a day.
I don't remember any of this.
Were you in that server? I don't know.
I don't think I was. And honestly, I'm glad I wasn't.
Let's be honest, Dax. The only person that I think can safely be okay with being in the middle of a Game of Thrones-esque deal would probably be me and me alone.
So strong.
Because I know that Ninja would freaking be panicking, Liam would not care what to do, nor what to really say. What else?
I'm a good, wholesome boy.
Yes, with your dog.
Really. We are both so touched by
I only want to be tortured by evil women.
But yeah, this whole situation came to be because people wanted a server. But overall, it got nuked. And Rexy had nothing. Nobody had anything. So yeah, that's the multi-server deal.
Be a translation dungeon.
What else was there? There was I think that was generally it. As far as I can remember. We have a Trendemir main in the server. I don't know if that matters to you.
Not
We
really.
do?
And Monstar.
Oh yeah.
He's still in the server. He just doesn't talk to us anymore.
I know he streams. I popped into one of his streams a while ago. Just to say hi.
Yeah.
So go.
Does he?
Born of ocean's mire, and death washed clean of dark.
I play this game way too fucking much. I should not have these voice lines memorized.
It would be wrong to do that here.
It'd be wrong
Yeah,
for
I'm
you to
playing
take my dick in your
Cyberpunk
mouth
right
too,
now, so-
but you won't do that now, will you, Marauder? Yes, I talk to the characters when they answer me with stupid quotes. I play this game too fucking much.
While you be sculpt, time and tide
Gang's all here, they wanna take it in the backside.
Huh?
Hmm?
What?
Hmm?
Nothing.
Good work.
I'm a good wholesome boy.
I'm a good wholesome boy.
Farewell.
I'm like the devil who fucks around with people, not to steal their souls, but just to be like, I made you question your sexuality, and now my job is done. That person spends 20 long years trying to hunt me down, saying, "Why? Why did you make me question it?" I thought it was funny.
Zeus! Zeus, I want the ones!
Oh, that video is so funny, actually.
Yeah.
I love that video.
I know. What else? Oh yeah, there was a time where you and your brother, like, no, me and your brother did not like each other, but then we grew to like kind of be okay with each other. I mean, like, I'm chill with him. I think it's just because I had the same idiocy that Kevin and Isaac had. But then I was just like,
he's just kind of like that.
I mean, yeah, he's a hater, and then I just grew to realize, oh yeah, he's just gonna be bad. That's just his nature. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I know for a fact that my younger self was kind of an ass.
Kind of an ass?
Basically, I myself feel like my younger self is when I grow older, I always look back on myself and kind of reflect and kind of think like, yeah, I could have done things better. But it grows me into the person who I am today.
As a joke, I was gonna say a bitch, but I'm like, you know what, Carl? Maybe you don't fuck with people all the time.
So you did not choose to be, a bitch.
I mean,
Hey, I got the participation medal.
I'm that bitch every time I wake up. So like,
Wait, what up? Oh, Cyberpunk, I love you so, but please stop phasing roads in and out of existence while I'm driving.
you wanted slab jank, you got slab jank.
I'm driving, and I'm driving 100 miles. And apparently Cyberpunk cannot handle it to the point where, it's now phasing entire roads in and out of existence.
This gun is fucking cool, man.
Also, Dex, they finally did something with Johnny's gun.
What'd they do to it?
Like its first has a mean streak like its first owner. A quick melee attack ignites the enemies and deals massive damage, but consumes all bullets currently loaded in the gun.
Oh no, it was like that when the DLC came out.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
That's why people don't like it, because they nerfed the base stats of it.
Yeah.
But like the quick melee is actually like exponentially stronger than it was before.
Which I don't know how to feel about that.
I like
Personally. It makes it more of a weird melee pistol.
The gun is still like good as like a normal gun. It's just that what is it? Like most of the revolvers just hit harder. But it still has like pretty good like damage to fire rate against ratio if you want to say it. And then the quick melee bonus is like also like really strong. So it's still a good gun. It's just that if you want like a pistol for just like pure gunplay, there are better options.
Isn't I mean, I know Her Majesty's good.
It is, but I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
So the gimmick of it is that you want to use it while you have optical camouflage on it, and it has a what is it? It wants you to get headshots while you have the optical camouflage active. The problem is that when you have the optical camouflage active, you cannot see your scopes, and all you can see is like the blur of the outline of the gun, but not the scope or like the gun itself. So when you try an ADS, you can't see where your fucking reticle is. And it's fucking blurry at the same time, so I don't like it just because of that.
Fair enough.
Not to say that the gun is bad, it's just that the gimmick doesn't work with the way that the gun wants you to use it.
Yeah.
Just because of like the visual issues, it's annoying.
Fair enough. I think that isn't Archangel still like really good?
Yeah, most of the pistols are good.
Yeah, most of the revolvers and pistols. I know Bald Eagle is extremely good.
My precious little girl. My precious little girl.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Dax and Sage are weirdly similar people.
I noticed.
You noticed?
I noticed.
How did you notice already?
Do you not hear what is currently happening in front of us?
I mean, yes, I understand that already. And that is very similar, but
Did you fart? Did you fart, Rain?
No, I did not fart.
My dog, she farted.
Okay.
Farty baby.
but no, they are similar in more than one way. They share a birthday. So each and every birthday, I have to both say to them, I have to say to Dax, happy birthday, and to Sage, happy birthday. It's very interesting. Also, they like murderous characters, and are down bad for them.
Because of course he
Down
is.
bad is a strong word.
You like Evelyn, shut up.
No, he doesn't like Evelyn. He wants to get ruined by Evelyn.
Yes.
Evelyn, Jury, Melina.
Evelyn's still my most played champion in League. And I haven't played her for a while either.
I mean, I've been playing jungle way too damn much, so...
I still got the Evelyn statue too.
You're getting so good.
Excuse me?
You're getting so good.
I know. I am getting really good at it. But I know that Dax would like to also play his wife.
Like I said, I haven't played her in like a long time.
That's another character that, like... I don't know. Dax wants to be ruined by evil women. Ninja's super vanilla. I'm down with the sickness. And very obscure stuff. I don't know. Liam just... It's very hurt.
He likes
I feel-
redheads.
He likes redheads, but he's also very hurt. I still feel bad for a lot of stuff that he went through. But aside from that, no media would tone dance except Nancy.
Bye.
Turn your back. Keep your life to your own.
Anything else you would like to tell me about your people?
I'll sing of you.
Dax, do you have anything?
Not really.
What other? Who? What is another person? Oh yeah, we didn't fully talk about Nerdette aside from her just having main character syndrome.
Like I said, I keep to myself.
Yeah. The who else is there? Who else is in the server?
Well met.
There's Dream, but Dream has nothing really big about Dream. Dream's just a fighting game player.
He's a chill guy.
Yeah, he's super chill. Who else is there? There is. Yeah, I think that's really everything. There's Chris, which Chris has his own. Chris is a special case.
This guy's fucking sick.
Time to change shields. I think I'm settled on Duresso's courage. Yeah.
Apparently I'm being kidnapped today. That's the plan.
To go where?
To a club with my wife and a friend of mine
Ooh,
named Helia.
Get you?
Hmm?
They're gonna dirty dance with you?
Maybe. We might see some people in bondage getting dealt with.
Oh yeah, that's definitely got a splash damage on it.
I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff. I don't know if I should talk about that experience, but screw it. So, I'm at this club, right? And they have once in a while on a Saturday they have this sick place called this deal called Bondage a Go Go.
Huh?
Don't worry, this has nothing to do with the server. This is real life stuff.
Huh?
And basically, they get a dominatrix. In this dominatrix, if you pay her some money for, I believe it's up to 15 minutes, will do some crazy stuff to you in front of an audience.
Huh?
Using a Ninetales.
Sounds like my kind of fun. Carl, why did you say that like that?
I think it was $60 for 15 minutes of getting whipped, cupped, shocked.
That ain't my kind of thing. In public, at least.
Hey, yo! Don't be shy.
I should play. One of these days, I'm gonna get the DLCs to Midnight Suns and then replay the game again.
Didn't you get Deadpool?
I got Deadpool, but that was the only one I got. Just because Deadpool's a fucking meme lord. Midnight Suns is actually such a fucking good game too, dude. Oh my god.
I thought you said Minnesota was such a good game. I'm like, there's a game called
Minnesota.
I heard Minnesota. Hold on.
I meant Midnight Suns. Marvel Midnight Suns.
I was wondering, why are you talking about my state?
That game is great.
The tactical game?
Yeah.
See, I thought it was an action-adventure one, but I heard it was tactical, and I was like, I don't know.
It's made by people that do XCOM.
I know. That doesn't make me interested.
It's similar. It's very fun, though.
See, when you say XCOM, you're talking about Firaxicom, not the original XCOM. There are people who do not... Yes, there are people who don't recognize Firaxis and their design, because they don't like what they did with it. I don't have an opinion. I don't care. I'm just letting you know.
It's similar to Exhib. It's not the same.
I know.
Yeah, but yeah, there's Bondage a Go-Go. Yeah, it's happening tonight.
She's taking me out to go get fucked. I don't know if I like this shit.
I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff. There's also Wax Play too. During...
The
Wax
real
what?
question is what's the likelihood of you seeing somebody making a baby on stage?
0.
Alright, so it's not my kind of fun, actually.
I mean, they keep it like within this weird gray blur of like, yeah, it's kind of sexual, but like people wear pasties.
Listen,
That kinda deal.
I've been a non-breeding bull. The people are very, very, very fucking tame. What they're not willing to do is basically potentially conspire a child because they were too horny. Cowards, the lot of them.
You were conceived at a goth nightclub. Here you go.
There's only one way to do it. If you want to not be a poser, there's only one way to be.
It's definitely a supervillain origin story.
Hello there.
Or Freddy Krueger.
Or that.
It sounds like something that'd be a really good backstory and lore, but then you look at it, it's like, ugh. Who wants to be the son of 1,000 whores? Who wants to be the daughter of 1,000 rapists? Ugh.
See, I mean, like, yeah, that's kind of gross, but now that you say that, that is kind of an interesting backstory for, like, maybe some fantasy character. I mean, that's kind of like what Guts is, though.
I mean, I guess
Guts?
Yeah, do you not know his mom was born, like, what his mother was?
I don't know what his mom was, bro.
She was a whore.
All I know is that man went through it.
Yeah. I mean, his dad was a mercenary. His mom was... well, what I just said. But yeah, no, I believe I'm about to have the Toad Intense shootout happen right now. This is gonna be sick.
Alright, puppy, we going outside.
Are you going?
Take her to go poop. I'll take her to go poop and pee.
Alright. Give Rain good pets. Give Rain good pets for me.
And then I'm probably also gonna fucking go to sleep because I've been up all night.
Yeah, you should do that. I'm SOL'd currently.
What, you didn't go to sleep?
No, I did. I just
Woke up early.
yeah, I woke up very early. But then again, that's right around the time that I have to go to work. So I think my body's too used to going to work now.
We'll talk to you all later.
I got
Yeah, apparently Sage wants me to call her, so I will have to go too.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
See ya.
Goodbye. Da 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 da. Na. 59. I gotta jack this thing so much higher. I need like 700 strength. I'm actually done for now. Finger snap. Finger snap. Oh, nice and limber.